All right, y'all. So there's a new show on called The Never Ever Mets. They're on episode 2. Episode 3 comes out on Saturday, I believe. Saturday evening, Friday evening,
Mhm.
Friday or Saturday, child. One of those. But
One
y'all
of them.
know weekends on, girl. Either way, this is a good one. But my God, if it is not problematic. So the biggest of this, first of all, the premise of it is these are all people that have been talking online towards one another, but have never met in person until they came on this show to be in one house together and see how their relationships will form in person, right? The main thing we had is this couple here. This was Dominique and Alexis. Dominique put his hands on Alexis after gaslighting her into the fight in the first place, right?
Yeah.
He kept saying that she was flirting with the other men in the house simply because she was having conversation. She
Mhm.
seems like one of those kind of like goofy, funny kind of, people person. They like talking to people. Either way, he kept acting like she was doing something wrong. She apologized to him. He proceeds to say, well, when I see a girl with a big ass, I'm gonna let her know she got a big ass. She was like, I don't care. It's not like my ass not big. Like, I don't give a fuck. So he gets mad about this. They're going back and forth. He ends up like putting his arms around her. And at first it seemed like he might have been trying to hug her, but it was really him trying over her body to make her stop talking. I feel like people
Yeah.
don't recognize that people do that, men do that to you, or people, period, but they will do stuff that doesn't seem violent, but it's to show you their physical strength in order to have some type of power over you in the moment. So that's what
Mhm.
he did. He put his arms around her and she was laughing it off, but she was uncomfortable. And when
Well, did
you,
you see he also put his hand up by her neck too?
yes, yes, he did.
At the
Pushed
same
her.
time.
Yeah, he
When
was
he was
like,
like hugging her, he was
yes,
like
like trying to
low
pull
key.
her. Yes, like trying to like look at me, bitch, when I'm talking to you, type of thing.
Yeah.
Um, so he eventually pushes her, and she like, "Wow, you gonna push me?" And then he jumps in her face, and like, "Brr, da, 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 da." And so she pushed him out of her face, and when she pushed him, he did the hit, like hurry up and hit her arm, and then hit her in the throat. And so then she eventually, because the other guy in the room, this one right here, obviously felt like he wasn't going to be able to handle this one right here. So she picks up a pot. Okay. Now he did eventually push him out the room, but I'm like, yeah, you waited too long. Because as
He
soon as
escorted him out the room low
yeah,
key.
like he escort, it wasn't even really a push. And to me, I feel like I don't know what kind of whack ass. I'm sorry, that's just some whack ass shit. I know that men don't want to put themselves in harm's way for women who will probably go back to abusive relationships. I get that, but I also feel like somebody needed to like control that nigga because he was doing way too much. So either way, they both end up being sent home. And the thing that made me mad about it was that when they sent them home, they made it seem like she was also being violent. So that's why she was being sent home versus y'all are here as a couple. So if one of y'all goes, both of y'all have to go. I didn't like that. And it reminds me of why I don't like OWN.
Yes. Two things I want to say. One, let me say this first. What kills me about a lot of these shows when y'all do send people home or whatever, y'all love using these folks as angles to draw in y'all audience. Y'all love
That
to draw
part.
in the audience,
Say it.
use them for the trailers, do all this extra SHI, and then kick these folks off the show. And that's really your main draw in. You ain't got nothing else really going on for real, for real. I don't like that. But I mean, they were there for only each other because they've never met. I mean, I figured he was going to go home once he put his hands on her. So it would have been no choice but to send her home. The other thing that killed me was the fact that he was really so up in arms about her, quote unquote, flirting with the other cast members of the men in the house. But you also wasn't even that interested in her either. Didn't he say that in the first episode that he wasn't even really that attracted to her for real,
Her
for real?
body wasn't giving what he thought it was giving online. Mind you, she
Well, he said with a pot belly.
a pot
That more,
belly and looking like he was bleaching his skin. Discoloration,
yeah,
pale, acne face ass nigga. Child.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What really broke me was when I seen her pick up that damn frying pan. When she picked up that pan, I was like, I think it just went way too far in general, but it went way too far for them to be recording and not doing nothing. Like nobody was stepping in to actually end it. I saw, and then whenever they panned out to the bird's eye view, you could see the cameraman turn and continue to film instead of thinking like, hey, this is truly a harmful event, like something bad could come of this. Yeah, I was disgusted with it. But let me ask y'all this. Low-key, I think she gonna get a man another chance.
Oh yeah, I think they already
Absolutely.
online. I think she already online with him making excuses for him and shit. If I'm correct, y'all let me
Absolutely.
know in the
And I
comments.
wish they didn't play that damn video for her. I don't irk the fuck out of me. When he put his hands on her, they should have never allowed him the opportunity to communicate with her over video to then evoke emotion and then make her want to go back to him. That was, I
Right.
mean, she was gonna do what she was gonna do regardless, but they was trying to film a show. I don't want to hear nothing from that man if he put his hands on her and then we got to sit there and watch it on TV. I don't even think we got no. If you or someone you know is going, I don't even think we got no screen
No,
like that.
and we really should have, because to me, I don't care what nobody talking about. A man that will put his hands on a woman like that, period. But let alone in front of some fucking cameras, he will beat your ass in private.
I was gonna
Listen,
say
the
he'll
way
kill
he
a
pulled
woman.
his pants up, like when he grabbed her, when he first had her by the neck and then turned around and pushed her, and she was like, "Oh, you gonna push me?" And she kind of came towards him. He pulled up his pants like a, when dudes get ready to square
Yeah.
up with
Yeah, like
another
they do
dude, they
something.
pull up their
And he
pants. I'm
told, he
like,
said, I'll
yo, you
fuck you
do this all
up.
the time.
He
See,
said, I'll fuck
he
you up.
always harming women.
And I hate to
That's what he do.
I hate to be like this, but how many times I gotta warn y'all about this specific shade of black man? How many times I gotta warn y'all? Now y'all see, it's not in every instance, but
It's not.
I get what you're saying though. I was watching,
It's not.
I cannot remember the guy. I need to come across him again, but he is on TikTok and I think he's a gay man. I may be making assumptions, but I'm pretty sure he is. He helps women date. And he basically categorized men that you should stay away from. And it was funny because he mentioned light-skinned men being one of them. And he wasn't saying, of course, not all light-skinned men,
not all.
but he was saying because of like the culture as black people, and like obviously there's colorism going on. A lot of times these light-skinned men can carry narcissism. They can be narcissists, and sometimes overly aggressive because they've always had to combat that. Oh, you pretty. So I understand what you're trying to. I understand what you're saying, Bondy, for sure.
I
But
understand. I just
overall,
don't think it's to one. I don't think it's just
yeah.
one, I be kind of tired of that little, when I'm thinking about Drake and Kendrick them and this whole light skin, this and that, that shit starting to get on my nerves with them. Like, oh, he acting light skin, he acting dark skin. All y'all niggas act the same way, high key. But I don't think it's like to one particular color.
It's
They
just
all can be fools.
no, everybody
Oh,
can
for
be
sure.
fooled, but with the light skinned men, it ties, like she said, it ties
The
into them
likelihood.
feeling like they have to prove something because they've been taught that being lighter means they're weaker versus the dark skinned men that may not have that same, thing growing up. Oh, so, and I'm just saying that as somebody that has grown up around a lot of them in New Orleans, like it's a lot of them that have like a higher level of towards women. Like I'm just saying, like, and I've known some very chill ass light-skinned dudes, don't get me wrong, but I have met like a large number of light-skinned men in New Orleans that are crazy as hell, y'all. Like you should run because they're gonna beat you, they're gonna cheat on you, and they think they're prettier than you. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's another thing. It's also, I think, like it's not just the skin tone. Sometimes it's like it's a culmination of things, but you add that on top of it, and then it's like, here we go with this. But yeah, he definitely reminds me of like men that I know from down here. And I saw somebody in the comments, I already know that they, oh, his childhood, girl. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about his childhood. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. The nigga, at the end of the day, go get you some fucking therapy. Go get you some fucking therapy because nobody cares about your sad story about your childhood. You too fucking old to feel like anything that happened when you was a child should mean that you should get hands and feet put on you.
He spoke on that in the second episode.
No, somebody said he was on the Little Black Book, and all of the niggas go on Little Black Book so that they can make us feel sorry for their bad behavior. And I'm just like, nah. I don't even care because I already know you're trying to Jeezy us, okay? Trying to come with your childhood trauma so that when we find out you whipping ass, we'll feel sorry for you. I think not. I think not. So that's not the only thing. So besides their situation, another situation that took place the first episode was Chris and Sandia. So Chris love bomb Sandia, puts together the perfect date for her, and then later on tells all of the guys, because he is so in need of validation from other men, he tells them how much of a player he is and how he'll love bomb a woman and give her everything she wants for 3 days and then ghost her because women always leave you for another man. Sandia is sitting there hearing this whole thing. The next episode, they have a conversation about it. He gaslights her the whole while, makes it seem as if she is trying to make him change who he is. And she doesn't know how to communicate. I don't think her first language is English. So I think she's having a hard time communicating what she actually has an issue with. But to me, when he said that shit about love bombing, that should have been your main issue. I don't know why you're ignoring that. Somehow they end up talking about him flirting with other women in the house. And I'm like, that's not even an issue. Then he says, I'm not even attracted to any of the women in his house. I'm like, first of all, you a motherfucking liar. You a lie. Men are men. There is no way you're not attracted to at least 1 or 2 other women in this house if you're attracted to Sandia. I can't believe it.
Low key, I can see how he wouldn't be. No shame. No shame.
Shit.
This one right here, I feel like
that's the only that no shade. But when I saw the show in general, like when I first started watching the show in general, I was wondering how much of it was real. And I was like, are these actors? But then I was just like, no, these people look too regular to not be actors. Like, just the casting it's not a cast where it's like, okay, these are attractive people that I want to watch.
Right. These are real people that have actually been talking online.
And it's like, okay, these look like people who've been talking online for years.
Hell yeah, especially that older couple at the bottom, child. They had a Kama Sutra little thing this second episode, and the way that old nigga put that girl leg up.
Yeah.
Yes, them 2 old people about the hunch, child. That's what I saw. So yeah, Chris and Sandia, I did not like their situation. I feel like he's playing with her for sure.
Didn't she say that he be doing like a lot of flirting? Like, don't they live in the same state too, and they're not that far from each other? And she says that he likes to go hang out and party and see other girls, or not see other girls, but flirt with a lot of girls.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so he got time to hang out with all his friends, and y'all don't live that far from each other, and y'all have yet to meet. But he linking up with everybody else. Sandia and
because these 2 live in the same state too. These 2 right here, they've been
Sandia and Chris bottom left, right?
Yeah, Chris is bottom this on this. Yeah,
because I thought that they were the only ones until I got to Chris and Sandia, and I said, so wait, the top couple here, they're not the only ones. They live in the same state, so y'all live that close, same state, and he out there hanging with everybody else but you. Oh, okay, yeah, you in for a rude awakening. He finna wear you out.
He is. You could tell. They during the second episode when they had that Kama Sutra and they picked up the position to, like, you know, her sitting on top of him. The way he was looking up at her, I was like, he's looking up at her like, oh, I'm about to suck all of the life out of you. Like that's
and then the same episode, he said that he was the type of person to go on a date 3 or 4 times and then go MIA on a girl. Like, he's toxic as fuck.
And then we just gonna leave it at this one because the other couples they have their shit, but it has yet to actually blossom for us. But the other ones are the ones right next to Chris and Sandia, and that's Brandon and Sienna. So I know people did not notice it because I feel like, it's Sienna with the hyper masculine New York crazy bitch shit. But he's passive aggressive, and I don't think anybody is picking up on his aggressiveness. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, there were 2 moments when the shit that he said took her from, okay, I'm trying to open up, to I gotta close this shit down, fuck this nigga. Okay, because like I feel like she don't have no in between. So the first time was when they did the position that they pick, he lays down and she sits on his penis area, right? And he was just like, I'm bored. I could just be changing the channel. And I'm like, let me tell you something. I don't care what the position is. If I sit my coochie on your dick, please don't ever tell me that you bored. So when he said that, I feel like that made her feel away. So now she is, you know, kind of low key, like, I felt the way, I'm gonna try to let it slide. They go have a conversation again about her coming to Florida, and now she didn't flip-flopped on him. But I think she flip-flopped on him because of what he said when they were doing the Kama Sutra thing. It made her feel away. Instead of saying it, She does the passive aggressive thing and says, well, I don't want to come to Florida. No, I'm not coming to Florida. Now you got to come to New York. Because I think she felt like it made her feel like he wasn't as into her. So now I need you to prove that you're as into me. So you got to come to me. So then he says, you're being inconsistent, which she is. And she says that, 2 or 3 other guys said the same thing to her. And he was like, okay, well, see, now you have me worried because you're being inconsistent. And then he says, and this is the other moment, he says, because, you know, you overtalk me and I just kind of feel like it stacks up. When he told her that she overtalked him, it kind of felt like, where the fuck did that come from? Because I'm not over talking you. We literally having a back and forth conversation right now. So where did that come from? So I think in the moment we're talking about me being inconsistent in relationships and you're acting like I've been over talking you. And it's probably a thing for her like it is for me. So I think she was triggered when he said that. And then she turns around and calls him a bitch. Because now it feels like you're just piling on. And I feel like she completely overreacted. She should have never called that man a bitch. And then she made it even worse when she went to the rest of the group and continued to try to berate him about his relationships. Oh, your marriage didn't work out. Yo, you got children by several different women. How you gonna call me inconsistent? It's like she's trying to do better, but as soon as she feels the slightest slight from him, she goes off the fucking deep end. She need therapy, and he needs to speak up for himself in a less passive aggressive manner.
I could see her wanting him to prove more. They've been talking for what, 12 years? Did he have a child on her?
No.
12 years is top left.
Yeah, that's them. They haven't had any issues.
Okay, that's who I'm thinking about this whole time. You're talking about the couple in the middle.
Yeah, down at the bottom
with the pink, purple.
And,
oh, okay. Go on.
Sandia at the bottom.
Okay.
So she called him a bitch, and it was so I thought he had done something like for that, and it really wasn't called for, but I still saw the moments where, but she's still more wrong than he is to me, simply because why would you call him out his name and continue to berate him in front of all of those people? If I was him, I would be like, yeah, we can't be together because you don't know how to handle conflict.
Low-key was giving mental health, is what I was thinking. Wow. Because when he said inconsistent and then we saw like the snap, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? She kind of reminded me of, you remember that season of Married at First Sight in Houston? And it was a light-skinned girl and the black dude, and then he ended up dating that Asian girl, Bay. Y'all don't remember that season?
Yeah,
the light-skinned girl was crazy.
Zach wasn't it? Zach, Bay or Bow or whatever, and
Bow, and then the girls, I forgot, Michaela.
That's it.
That's first sight. She's giving to me. Where yes, the dude can do things to piss you off, to essentially make you crazy, but like your reaction is giving it was already in you. Yeah. You was just waiting to turn up.
Yes, and I totally agree with that. So yeah, it just you're right. I looked it up and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, you remember her?
Yes, I do. That's exactly right. That bitch was crazy. Remember when she like hit her own leg and shit? I'm like, damn, bitch, you hurt yourself. Like
that's crazy. I went. Zach and Bow, are they still together?
No, they. Oh, okay. I think they broke up right after the reunion.
Yeah, and then she went online, trying to do more, slanderish, unhinged shit, and then acting like she was cool, girl. All right, you crazy. Get some help. And please, I don't mean that in a dismissive way, because people call me crazy too, and I don't really give a fuck. I honestly find it as a badge of honor. You goddamn right. After all these things, yes, I'm crazy. Okay, please understand. But yeah, y'all. So, and the only other thing that I want to mention right now is the fact that everybody thinks that young Aaron, and what's the girl name? I forgot.
Jody.
Young Aaron, and because the older guy's name is Aaron, so it's old Aaron and young Aaron. Young Aaron and Jody, girl, it's given. First of all, she's funny, like quirky personality, but when she's with everybody else, she seems cool as fuck. But when she's with him, it's like, why are you acting like you're not really into him? But everybody is like, they think he's,
well, I don't know. It's definitely heavy on that. This is the guy that was struggling to open up the corkscrew, right?
Girl,
Jamie, I need you to watch the second episode. Watch the second episode so you can see what they look like whenever they do this sexual position.
Girl, it reminds me of pictures. You know how them pictures that people be taking where they try to be like goofy and nerdy? Like, the man will be like this on the girl back or some shit like that. Like, that's what it looked like. So she lays down flat. Yeah, I don't know why Indian people came up with some of these. Like, what were y'all going through? You know what I'm saying? Either way, the position is she's laying down on her stomach. He's sitting down on her butt like this, like with his legs extended over her. So his nether regions are like to her butt. Now, if you like, this is a good position, but not with the legs like this. Like, it's a good position when the dude is like on top of you, like, with his knees down, not with his knees up. Because with his knees up, it looked like I don't know what the fuck going. How long does his dick have to be in order for that?
I was thinking that for some of the positions, I was like, huh?
How is it gonna go in? And what
I'm over here trying to find it too.
Yeah.
But they said to him, what do you like about this position? He said, I mean, it's poking in them leggings. I mean, it's poking.
Her booty was poking. Kind
of like, I mean, it wasn't given like, it was given like something I would say to y'all, like, girl, your ass poking in them jeans. Girl, it's poking.
I cannot take
How does it work out for you, Eddie? How does it work out?
Well, Eddie said he ain't got it. Eddie said it's long.
Listen.
I caught that.
But not with the knees up, right? Not with the knees up, like with the
Listen,
knees
can I just share the screenshot? Can I just let me pause this? Please let me. I'm trying to get here we go. Boom. Girl, it's the facial expert. Can we just please? Let me share? Because we need to just see this because I can't take it. Where are we? Right here. You might have to.
There we go.
I just want to get it to
that part. He was sitting. What was it? Okay, this is what I'm confused about. Leaning up. He'd have to be leaning over her somewhat. Bondy, you muted.
I'm pausing it enough tonight.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. How would this position work with him being up like that? Because your dick go like this. Wouldn't that be putting your dick down in a weird position? Yeah, knees down. I feel like the knees got to be. He's doing it wrong.
Right, he's doing exactly.
Okay, show me the right way. Somebody pull up the right way to do this position. I need to
look at this is her face right here. She already know what the hell going on.
Did y'all peep? Okay, Bondy, did you peep how Aaron H was looking at him? No, Aaron H was laughing at him, and the other dude, the dude who the 12-year couple.
Yes,
that dude was laughing at him too. I think they all looking at him like, bro, like we know you don't like her.
In. Why y'all zooming in on Aaron's face like that though?
Oh, sorry.
I can't. I'm gonna stop screen. I don't want Linda.
Yeah. Also, I really need for Taronda to learn how to wear her hats like Aaron Senior, because Taronda hat was sitting on top of her wig, and I was just not happy with that. I was like, girl, take it off, put it down. It's just not on. It's not on. I feel like at any moment the wind gonna blow it off. Yeah. But yeah, that's the rider position. Is that what it's called? Let me look that up.
Now, for the people that don't have OWN or whatever, it looks like they got episodes 1 and 2 over on their YouTube channel. So y'all should be able to catch up over there.
Okay, hold up. Kama Sutra.
I'll be wondering if they do that when the ratings be low.
I wonder, possibly to get more people tuned into it.
Yeah, possibly. And it's a new show, so
it's refreshing for the most part.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really trying to see because they said that, but that's not what came up. Anyway, let's go ahead and press on from the show. It's a good show, so y'all should check it out if y'all want to check it out.